Good evening. My name is Cadet Chief Master Sergeant Conley Drake, and I'm with the Statesboro Eagle Composite Squadron of Civil Air Patrol. Today, we are going to talk about the setup and breakdown of the E.F. Johnson 5117 portable radio. This radio is used in several different locations for Civil Air Patrol use. It can be used in Civil Air Patrol aircraft, or in vans, or in a station like this. The setup composes of your power cords, as demonstrated, the actual radio itself, the power box, and its cords. There's a plug-in outlet on the back of the power box that you'll plug in the female outlet to. On the back end of the E.F. Johnson 5117 radio itself, there should be several plug-ins where these cords actually go. Make sure you plug them in right so they do not come undone. After making sure all your equipment is set up and is secure, you can now turn on your radio. On the power box, there's a red button. You'll flip that on first. When you have a red light, you're hot. The next one is your left button on the E.F. Johnson 5117 radio. Push it in once to power it on. As you turn this lever left and right, you control the volume of the radio itself. The right knob controls your zone and channel. If we push this knob in, we can now change the zone. Anytime you hear a zone that makes that noise, it is an unprogrammed zone. If you want to change channels, we push it in one more time. There should be a line that comes over the right number. That is your channel. There are 16 zones programmed onto this radio. In each zone there are 16 channels. This allows Civil Air Patrol to communicate with federal programs and other frequencies that we may use to speak to search and rescue ground teams, search aircraft, or even drug demand reduction units. So now that our radio is set up, we can talk about more functions of our 5117. TX power. TX power is a button that we use on the 5117 to get more range. This radio is a high frequency radio, meaning that with repeaters, we can send a signal from South Georgia all the way up to DC if we wanted to. If we push TX power once, the radio goes to high power. If we push it a second time, it goes back to low power where it should remain. The scan feature on the radio, allows us to scan for other zones and channels within the area. If we push this button once, you should see a little clock in your right hand area with the hand spinning. What that tells us is that this is scanning our zone and channel. Any radio transmissions that may come over the radio, it will pick up and transmit through ours. Push it once more, and then a second time to turn off the scan feature. Now that we know about the E.F. Johnson 5117, let's continue and show you how we actually operate it.